This will be an overview of the elements of the Danielson evaluation framework. When looking at the role of the administrator, it is to be mainly an observer. Alvarez and Anderson-Kethmark say the evaluator uses 4 clusters, including 22 components and 76 elements, to pinpoint actions observed in their visits. An administrator should observe a teacher in a combination of announced and unannounced observations. Then there should be a meeting with the teacher following each observation where they discuss strengths and areas for growth. The role of the teacher is to be working towards using the processes in their teaching, planning, and interactions with students that reflect the highest level of the 76 smallest elements in the framework. Teachers are also expected to use a self-reflection process to evaluate themselves. This often looks like looking at the rubric before these post-observation conversations and evaluating where they believe they were during the observation. This is a very helpful element of the Danielson framework when applied correctly. The role of the student is to engage in the activities as if there were not an observer. Often, some administrators may ask students questions regarding their understanding of what they are learning. When talking about what is involved in the evaluation cycle, you have the elements of the pre-evaluation cycle. Teachers are given, but often not educated properly on the rubric, which is composed of 4 domains, each domain having those subcomponents and those smaller elements. The domains are planning and preparation, classroom environment, instruction, and professional responsibilities. Each domain is given its own weighting to be calculated into the overall effectiveness score. During the evaluation cycle, teachers are observed. Administrators rate the teacher on all the components, and at the end of the year, the administrator looks at all of the evidence from the observations and the visits to determine where the majority of their components are. Are they ineffective, minimally effective, effective, or highly effective? How many of those 76 smallest elements are at a 4? How many are at a 3, 2, and a 1? Once they have been rated in all the components, an overall effectiveness score is issued. Ineffective, effective, minimally effective, highly effective. This effectiveness rating is reported to the state. There is not really a after the evaluation cycle component with the Danielson framework. In the best case scenario, though, a teacher is using this Danielson framework afterwards when reflecting upon their year to shape their learning and teaching for the next year. Student data does not play a role in the evaluation process at all. The rubric focuses on teachers using formative and summative assessment to guide instruction, but does not determine effectiveness based on student scores on standardized tests like the MSTEP or the MAP. The rubric mainly focuses on teacher actions and best practices that improve student outcomes. A teacher could potentially be rated highly effective overall in this rubric and have their students not score proficiently on the MSTEP or achieve growth goal on the MAP or reading or math assessments. So that is a short overview of the components and the function of the Danielson observation and evaluation framework.